Hey folks, it's been a while since the video blog has been updated, and I apologize for that. But last night we had Charge Conference here, which is where a lot of reporting gets done about what's going on in the church, what's happened over the past year, and what we have planned for the future. So we thought this would be some of the summary information might be good for you to hear as well. So we went over some of the accomplishments and sort of highlights of ministry during the past year, which are especially important for you to know about, given that we're in such a challenging economic times. And in spite of that, we're doing ministry. We want you to know that. Attendance is up over the past year. Our average attendance on Sunday morning here is between 950 and 1,000, but it's higher than it was last year this time. We have a couple of new Sunday school classes that were started this year, new adult Sunday school classes. We also have 5 new adult small groups that were started this year. Our overall financial giving is up over last year. Now, that includes both the ministry fund and the building fund together. The ministry fund itself is down. We'll talk about that in just a minute. The church is growing. We've had 114 new members so far this year, and about half of those were by profession of faith, new Christians. We've had 2 portable buildings that we have set up and now have being used. We've sent mission teams this year to Mexico, Honduras, India, and Chad. And locally here, our Hardly Able construction crew has done over 250 projects, and about 150 of those were wheelchair ramps. And of course, many of you have been working in our local missions work, feeding the homeless, working at the rescue mission. We've been collecting both food, camping supplies, and blankets for the homeless and needy. During the height of this economic crisis, we started some ministries to help folks within our church as well as in the community. And so we are active with the Angel Food Ministries. We have a number of hunters who are bringing venison in, and we have someone who is grinding that and packaging that and freezing it for us so we can give it away for free. We have an economic crisis support group so people can come and know that they're not alone if they've lost their job or if they're in danger of losing their home. We did an eBay workshop to help people learn how to sell on eBay so they can raise some funds themselves to help their economy at home. We had this flea market back a few weeks ago that brought in, I'm told, a couple thousand people where folks from the church were able to bring things to sell to raise their own funds, and that was very successful. We actually got some TV coverage out of that as well. We also have planned a school uniform swap and a toy swap before Christmas. So there's an opportunity for us to exchange goods that are in good condition, and everybody wins in this. We have continued our specialized ministries to sort of special groups under Celebrate Recovery, Divorce Care, and Grief Share. We have some 600 volunteers in this church who are busy doing various kinds of ministry from week to week. So there's an awful lot of people busy doing stuff for the kingdom of God. And that included our lay pastors class, where a number of our folks have gotten trained to do pastoral ministry, and about 15 of those folks are very active in doing lay ministry in our community. The Little Lambs preschool has 144 children enrolled. Our youth ministry on Sunday nights averages over 100 teenagers here. Our Hope for the Heart Weekend for Women hosted over 550 women from 80 different churches. And we had this year a seminar on Islam with Dr. Paul Martindale. We also hosted several other district events for our area. So God's been at work among us, and though it's been challenging times, great things are still happening. We have plans. We're moving forward with the Community Life Center. We've raised over $500,000 so far, and we're moving forward, but we're doing so slowly and carefully. In this economic climate, we don't want to sign any papers for a loan or a mortgage, so we're probably not going to be breaking ground for a while. But people continue to give their gifts to the building fund, and our building committee is working on those plans that are coming together. We also have our engineers working on getting the permits for this next phase of building that has to be done through the state, through the city, and the county. So all that stuff's moving along, but we're being very measured and very careful about that. We're also, in this coming year, exploring the possibility of establishing at least one more church campus around our community, possibly up in Southport, so that we can continue to reach people for Christ. What are some of the challenges that we're facing? Well, through the month of August, our budget was about 1% ahead. So we were doing great until the whole financial meltdown happened in September. Our September income was down by 32%. And that month, we were $45,000 down. In October, people, some kind and generous people gave some extra gifts to help us out, and so we didn't do as badly in October, but we still are behind in terms of our ministry budget. And that's a challenge that everyone in our country is facing right now, and by God's grace, we'll get through it. Another challenge we have has to do with space, especially if you come to the 9:30 service. It's crowded in the sanctuary. Children's ministries and nurseries are crowded. Sunday school classes are crowded. So we're looking for ways to increase attendance at the 11 o'clock service to help to reduce some of the overcrowding that we always have at 9:30. And another challenge that we face is staff. We've got a great church staff here, people who love the Lord and work really well together. But frankly, most of our staff are overworked. There are several key staff people that we would like to hire, but we just don't have the finances to do that right now. And we also have a really serious need for administrative support staff, because the administrative support staff that we have right now they're really overworked, and a lot of our people are busy doing the administrative part of their job instead of doing the ministry itself, and so they're not really functioning at top capacity. So one of the things you might consider is whether you have some administrative secretarial skills and you might volunteer to help one day a week or a couple days a month. It would help us in that regard. So that's a thumbnail sketch of what's going on at Lynn Haven Methodist Church up until now. And so tune in again and we'll give you some more updates in this video blog. How long was that?